Ignore
There we
Adolfo.
go. It should have the map.
There we go.
You see Illyria 2, yeah?
Yes.
Right, so what Donfo wants to do is grab 2 units and chuck them either on any of these 3 Master Ghosts, right? With me so far?
No.
No?
Again, sorry.
Right, so you start round 1, right? You start round 1, you buy all your
Yes.
units, you
Yes.
grab 2
Yes.
units, and then you run to
Yes.
this side of the map and you stick it either on 2, 6, or 10. That's the general opener. You with me?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if the enemy is competent, they'll be doing the exact same thing on this side. So basically, to push your advantage, you want to get to this side of the map the quickest and back the quickest and do your cleanup. When you do the cleaning ups, you then want to send your units down on this map 2 lanes, really. You want to send your units to 4, like default just to 4, until you get like dominance of this section. So when you have control of 4, that's when you start pushing these parts of the map to try and get the win. What I saw Donfo doing was he was clicking here, he was clicking here, he was clicking here. It was just a fucking mess. This is what it was looking like. And your units are just going to do nonsense on your side of the map. You don't want that to happen ever. You just want that. You just want to keep it simple. You just want to keep it here, here. That's where you want to send your units 90% of the time. Just keep that in your mind, and then whilst you're doing that, you just grab a couple units, and then say you've grabbed, say, a gauntlet body, for example. You can just run one there, tell them to stop, and if the enemy master is not paying attention, then you're getting a mana lead because they're not focusing on that, and then you can start pushing your lead to there, and then you just send all your units to these points essentially, and you just take over the map slowly but surely, and then you just siege from there. And that's generally the game plan. That's what you want to end up doing. So I'll give you another example. Let's grab another map. Let's go. You did Belcanto Valley. We did one of those before, did we not? Let's grab number 1. I'll grab a screenshot of
So
that.
if I'm understanding correctly, like in general, what you want to do is to like not worry too much about your side of the map, especially at the start,
No,
right?
no,
Like
because
or
you're coming back to your map anyway. You want to just halt their flow where possible. So again, here's another example. Let's say Donfo and Mushi are playing this, right? So the general opener is Donfo is going to send... No, I don't want the entire map. No, let's try that again. So circle, he's going to drop 1 unit here, and then he has a choice of either going down this pathway and dropping 1 here, or his second one there. Now, again, they're going to be doing the same thing, so they're going to be dropping 1 here, here, or here. So you'll drop off your units here, and then you'll either drop down this pathway, clear out 5, and then run up to 9 and 2, and then you generally come back into the middle, and that's when you start fighting. And whilst you're doing all of this, you need to be buying units at the same time, and let's say in this case we're on Donfo's side, you want to send your units to essentially... No, I want a line game. So you want to path it to 4 and 3, and if you want to send them up the top, you just do 6 and 1. And I'm pretty bad at this, but I forget 8 a lot. So that tends to be forgotten by me. That's just a me thing. So you don't have to click like here, 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 here. That just takes too long. You just want to path to 6 and 1. And then again, on the opposite side of the map, it'll be 7 and 2. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay. The top bit's a little weird because if you path from like 2 to here, they just ignore this section. But this is just like a bel canto thing, and then it ignores those ones. So there's a little bit of macro that you have to fix if you want them to go up here. Generally, you just click them all. That fixes it. And then once you've got established of the game, what I tend to do is whilst units are pathing to 3 and 1, I would pick up units here, for example. I want a circle. I generally like pick up a few when I come back, and then I'll run them up top. And I'll just drop off 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You just keep doing that in like you feel like a pattern once you do it a couple of times, and then eventually you get a stranglehold of the map if you're doing it better and faster than your opponent, and then that's how you get the shutdown and you start pushing for the win. And whilst you're doing all this, they'll be doing this as well. You'll be meeting up here, having scraps, cleaning out fights, and it just turns into a massive mess like my really professional, very professional drawing. And eventually, after 25 minutes, you win or lose, depending what happens.
Or lose it, but yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
But like, yeah, it does a lot. Like like not right now because we have like people waiting, but like I will just love to have a stream where you do this for
Yeah.
like all of the months. Like it's just
Well,
like you just like
if we get
just
another
Excuse me,
game,
teacher.
look at it.
Excuse me, teacher. This is going to be in the exam.
this is an exam. Yep. I want to see openers clean and games done in 2 minutes. If you don't clean rounds in two
Oh my
minutes,
god.
you fail the test, especially against bots.
Oh no.
Yes, sir.
We could try to do this. Like we could try to do this. Especially because I feel like all of us struggle with like quote unquote optimizing the macro, which again you don't need to optimize it, but once you play against someone who does optimize it, then you're fucked.
Basically,
So
like macro is more important than fighting, 100%. Like both are important, but you literally can just run around the map and win without ever fighting or talk, like even interacting with the other enemy master.